It has been 6 weeks since I posted this video. And since I posted that video, I have received a number of comments and questions regarding prices, procedures, so on and so forth. And I'm going to do my best to try and answer them based off of what I can remember. Now, before I go any further, here's a 6-week comparison of the tattoo on my chin before I sat down and got the initial laser treatment. And here's what the tattoo looks like up close 6 weeks later. Now you can tell in this area and down in here, it's a little more faded and the tattoo is a little more broken up. I'm gonna show you something, because this is a comment I've seen a lot.
And then we're just gonna ice the 3 lines by your lip now.
Now you'll notice in that clip, the tattoo turned white. And a lot of people were under the impression that that first session meant that that tattoo was gone. That's not the case. So let's dive into this. When you go and sit down for a laser tattoo removal session, they will apply ice and then put cold air on that area. And then they will hit it with the laser. That tattoo turning white is a temporary effect known as frosting. After the laser session, that will be gone within 10 to 20 minutes. After that treatment of laser, the affected area is going to look red, okay? Your skin is irritated, and that tattoo, for example, this one, is going to look a little darker. All that is a contrast effect. Don't panic, don't stress yourself out, that's normal. The tattoo is going to look like it has a bit more of a pop to it, it's going to stand out. Within 24 hours, maybe 72, the irritation, the redness on your skin, that'll go away. Don't stress about that. First question I'm going to tackle is, how much does laser tattoo removal cost? I can't remember the prices off the top of my head. I go to Legacy Tattoo Removal Limited here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. This piece of paper here is the biggest space that they will do in a session at a time. And I can't remember the prices off the top of my head. That is something you're going to have to talk to with the studio that you are going to and inquire about prices so you can see how that works for your budget. This tattoo here on my chin, for example, is based on a scale size that I pay for about this big, okay? For comparison, you can see how big that is, okay? This is about 150 bucks if I remember correctly. So my initial treatment cost me $150. Another question I see a lot is, can laser tattoo removal be expensive? Short answer, yes, it can be. Especially when you do a comparison side by side. For example, let's say you get a small tattoo like this. Some tattoo studios may have a minimum rate or hourly pay that you must pay for, no matter how small or big the tattoo is. So let's say, for example, this. It took 5 minutes to kind of get the stencil on, get it lined up nicely, and maybe another 5 or 10 minutes to actually tattoo it, okay? 5 to 15 minutes in total, let's say 20, okay? Where I go, it is a minimum of an hour. No matter how big or small it is, you're paying an hourly rate. Some studios might charge you a minimum of 3 hours. Now, if you put these tattoos side by side, $150 to initially get it tattooed, I'm at $150 for a session to get it removed. Now, let's say it takes 4 sessions to get this tattoo completely removed. That's $600. Maybe it takes 8 sessions, $1,200. You see where I'm going with this? In comparison to getting it tattooed and removed, it is more expensive. Another question I see a lot is, because the tattoo is on my face and I have facial hair, can that affect your facial hair? Does that permanently damage the facial hair? The answer is no. Now, there are instances for people to have potentially stunt growth with their facial hair, or even potentially discolored facial hair because of the treatment. That is temporary. That is not a permanent side effect. No, nothing. It is a very temporary thing, and that will go away. In that specific area, your facial hair might grow at a bit of a slower rate in comparison to the rest. Temporary. It does not damage the follicle of the hair. Numbing cream. I've seen this in my comments section a lot. I'm going to sound really biased when I say this. I have never used numbing cream, and I am heavily tattooed. From neck down. I have my feet tattooed, my ass tattooed, my back, my knees, the webbings of my fingers, and I have never used numbing cream. If you are going to use numbing cream, or you are thinking about using numbing cream, please listen to what I'm going to say, and I can promise you and assure you that every tattoo artist is going to agree with what I am going to say. Consult the tattoo artist or the laser removal technician about this before you do it. For example, some people's skin do not react well with the cream. Some people will break out and have very bad reactions. So before going and getting it done, talk to the tattoo artist or the tech and see what they would say in their professional opinion about what kind of numbing cream that you should use. As the industry they are in, listen to them. Whatever the protocol that they give you is, follow it to a T. Does laser tattoo removal hurt? In my experience, no. Bear with me and I'll explain why. When someone gets a really small tattoo, for example, on their hand here, or maybe their forearm, and let's say it says family, live, laugh, love, whatever it is, okay? Font. Those people are always the first to say tattoos don't hurt. That's the same for me. I have a very small tattoo. It's just line work on my face. Does that hurt? No. Was it uncomfortable in some spots? Yeah. It didn't feel exactly the greatest, but was it painful and unbearable? No, it was easy to sit through. So I can sit here and comfortably and confidently say, no, it didn't hurt, but I'm only getting a really small area and a really small tattoo done. If I was getting my neck blasted, that would probably suck ass. But I don't know, because I'm not doing that. Am I getting all of my face tattoos or all of my tattoos removed? The answer is no. It is just this one. Follow-up question, why am I getting that lasered off? I got this tattoo back in 2022 and it was just an impulsive tattoo. I was depressed, a number of things were going on in my life, and I went to the tattoo shop like I normally do, put it on my face. I had that tattoo rush after. I'm like, yeah, it looks dope. A few hours later, when I got home, I didn't like it. Because I have ADHD and I procrastinate, I put it on the back burner for so long, but I wanted to get it lasered off a long time ago. I just never did until now. Next question I see a lot is, how long does laser tattoo removal take to take a tattoo or remove the tattoo from your skin? That will vary from person to person and depend on the procedure that you go and do. For example, a fresh tattoo that is, let's say, 5 years and younger will take longer. Tattoo ink or color can play a huge factor in that. For example, black ink breaks down quicker than colored ink. With that being said, when we're talking about newer tattoos and older tattoos, if a tattoo is 10 years plus older, it's more likely to break down quicker from a laser treatment session than a newer tattoo. That older tattoo has been exposed to sun, it's aged, your body, over time, your body does break down tattoos. As you age, your tattoos will not look the way they did when you got them initially. Your tattoos will not look the same 10 years, 20 years later. Your lines don't look as clean and crisp as they used to. Your skin ages, your tattoos will age with you. There's other factors to take into consideration, such as scar tissue on that tattoo as well. If your skin got absolutely shredded getting that tattoo, it could take longer as well. When they laser that tattoo, I'm going to use my finger as an example. The laser itself will start off much bigger and more aggressive. And over time, the laser will get smaller and smaller. The size of the laser being this big, for example, is more aggressive and it attacks the tattoo at a deeper level. As you progress through these sessions, to remove the tattoo, they are going to start using a more sensitive or delicate laser so it does not damage or scar your skin. You also have to wait X amount of time in between sessions to save your skin, to prevent scarring and a number of other things that will damage your skin. Myself, I need to wait minimum 6 weeks in between sessions before I can do my next sitting to remove my tattoo. Now I know this video was a little lengthy, so I'm going to end it by saying this. if you live in Alberta, Canada, and you have a tattoo that you've kind of hummed and hawed on or contemplated getting removed, reach out to Legacy Tattoo Removal. Use my name and you can save, I think, 20, maybe 25% on your first sitting of laser removal. And I'll be completely transparent, that gives me a little bit of a discount on my next sitting as well. Legacy Tattoo Removal has what they call a referral program. A lot of laser tattoo removals is word of mouth. So for example, you go in, you use my name, you save 25% off your first sitting of laser. Now let's say you have some friends or family or co-workers, whoever it may be, that has a tattoo that they've been talking to you about, or you overheard that they want to get removed. If they go there, they use your name, they'll save 25% off their tattoo removal session, and then you'll get X amount taken off your next sitting, so on and so forth. Man, I wish more influencers were completely honest and transparent and just fucking laid it out like that. Anyway, I gotta get going. I got my next session here in a little bit, and I'll update all of you here shortly with that. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Take care.